tonight we're back with more Hollow Knight, just shy of crossing that 10-hour mark. And I feel like this is a game that momentum is such a premium. Keeping things moving is so important because I think the longer you spend away, when I go back and I think about the previous times that I've attempted playing through this game, it's the time away that kills you. It's it's the time away where, you know, you jump back in and it's like, all right, well, what was I doing? What do I have to do? And momentum just starts to stall out. I can't let that happen. So I know today's a Monday afternoon. Today's a bit of an unexpected stream day, given my locked-in Wednesday and Saturdays. You will be seeing plenty more pop-up Hollow Knight streams. You're gonna be seeing them. So if you're not in the Discord, if you don't have notifications to see, I knew I'd seen it right. That hunter's quality. Hollow Nest's creatures fall in your path. Don't stop now, little squib. Many more there are to find and stalk and kill. I'm going to be hopping on late nights, afternoons, etc., and really making moves through this game because it's... Oh! Whoa! I'm gonna also make that an emote, by the way. For those that are here right now, they get the inside scoop. I've already found the sprite sheet. I've found the sprite sheet to do 1 jump, 2 jump, burrow down, and then leave just an empty chat box. So that's coming up. What's up, Juno? I'm surprised that it's like, I haven't seen that emote, right? There are so many people that play a shitload of Hollow Knight, and I don't know, maybe it's just like the amount of work that goes into making a sprite out of it. Just, you know, people just bounce off the idea, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. Okay. So where am I going? I'm gonna go where I want to go to the waterways. So we've got a little bit of a ways to walk to get there. So as part of this like making progress mindset that I'm in right now, where I gotta keep things moving for my own brain. I want to be exploring some of these new areas and internally spend a little less time retracing steps and more time discovering new stuff. But you know what? It's always fun to be able to retrace your steps. We just found another grub. Obviously a very important part of the game. So, I don't know. I mean, don't listen to everything I'm saying. Don't follow it by the letter. I'm just stream of consciousness thinking about moving through this game. I listened to an hour-long interview with Team Cherry this afternoon from 2014? December 2014, when the game was first announced on Kickstarter, like right at the very beginning. And it was awesome. There are a couple little anecdotes that I wanted to share from the interview. And a couple of things that, like, it's on the Discord if you wanted to listen to it yourself. I found it very, very interesting. One of them was there was no artistic cited influence. They just don't have it. Ari Gibson wasn't like, I wish I could tell you that it was Tim Burton. I wish I could tell you whatever. but there really wasn't art influence. It was just we made what we thought suited the world. They had a lot of game influences, right? We had talked about Zelda 2 is the big one that they talked about a lot. I always thought it was Faxanadu. I guess it makes sense that it's just Fazanadu. I'm still calling it Faxanadu. Sorry, unless I hear an official cited source that says it's Fazanadu. Makes me uncomfortable to say Fazanadu. That was a big one for them. It was interesting to hear them talk about Metroid because they were like, Metroid really wasn't a huge mechanics influence, just like the structural influence that you would expect from the genre. And one thing that really surprised me, one thing about the development of this game that really surprised me when they talked about it in 2014, and how I find that it, at some point in the development process, something shifted. Their design philosophy changed. And it's the idea that one of the things that they said they were trying to distinctly avoid in the Metroid sense is that in Metroid, you reach a point in a Metroid playthrough. If anybody's played a Metroid game, you know this. You reach a point in a playthrough of Metroid where you are so strong that enemies in the game simply become like roadblocks that you just plow through. And you reach a point where it doesn't really matter if you're taking damage or not, because you have so much health and you have so much power that the enemies just become like nothing. Ow. I was about to say get real confused. No. When they were talking about it in the interview, what's up, Dice, by the way? They said one of their express design motivations was to avoid that feeling. To instead make it so that the early areas always have tension and fear and the feeling that you should be consistently fighting for your life all the way through it. And you grow via skill as opposed to power, which to a certain extent is here. But we talked about it last stream, and it's the one thing that I'm kind of surprised about as I play through this game, and it's this. It's the fact that now I can heal up, okay? And now I just hit this guy 3-4 times, and I have more focus now to be able to get that health back. And I feel like that structurally had to have shifted at some point in their development. Like the idea, the motivation behind moving through the world. Because if there's anything about the discovery and the movement through the world, it's that this focus system kind of lends itself to just tanking some hits and keep moving until you get to a safe place where you can heal. Whereas if you didn't have this focus system, there would be a lot more intense moment-to-moment fear of... You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't care that I got hit there necessarily, because I just heal that up, and then I can take those 2 hits. Doesn't really matter, because I hit this guy a few times, and he just bounces around, and then I can just heal these 2 up. And then the more I hit this guy, I'm getting this soul back and back and back and back. And it feels a little at odds with what they described. And I'm not, like, calling it into question. I'm not saying, like, they don't know what they were doing. I would just be interested to get a compare and contrast. Yeah, I have this one. I have this one. I have this one. So I have those. I have the abilities that use the focus. I would be interested to hear the compare and contrast developmentally, where early on they were super gung-ho about every point of life is precious and terrifying, and navigating through the world should feel like you are constantly at fear of what's around the corner. Get hit to heal, right? And again, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I really like the way that this game is balanced, because I think that it kind of establishes more focus on discovery and movement, which is something that I think that Metroid does really well, right? Moving through the world, at a certain point, the enemies are just roadblocks because you're not there for each individual enemy. You are there to... Oh, come on. You are there to navigate a space and discover a space. And I feel like at some point, they determined that that's what they wanted to do. Maybe as scope grew over time. Oh yeah, this guy. He just gives me a whole bunch of rotten eggs. Yeah. No, I'm okay. And again, I'm only 10 hours in, right? This is a big game. It was funny to hear them say in an interview, we're hoping to make the game about 10 hours. That was another thing. So very clearly, a lot shifted over the years of the development of Hollow Knight. And everything's better for it, right? The game is a phenomenon. Any tips for beginners? Yeah, don't sweat getting hit. If you get hit, just find a little cozy place to kick back and then heal up and then get back in there, soldier. But I gotta tell you, Sunwolf, I am a beginner. So we're in the same boat, bro. This is the first playthrough. I don't know what the hell's going on. This is only my 4th day out here. I don't know. How are you doing? But it is interesting. And I'm curious to see how it builds and grows. Because, like Dice just said, if you unlocked any offensive abilities that use the focus, obviously and I guess it's not obvious, but the idea is very much like you are deciding whether to be more offensive with that focus or save it and hoard it for healing, right? Yeah, first playthrough for me, Sunwolf. I don't know what's around the corner. I don't know what the enemies are. I don't know anything about it. So, no clue. I can tell you that the version that I am playing, it's in the title. I went into Steam's manifests and I downloaded the 1.0.3.7 patch, which is before any of the DLC came out. This is like an original vanilla content version of the game, because I want to check in a couple of months and play that first DLC like with the feeling of, here's what's his name, Cornifer. With the feeling of having the entire vanilla game under my belt and like coming back with the feeling of really like, I beat Hollow Knight and then they dropped this big content patch. Like that would have been so exciting to be there in the world for that in real time. All right, let's find my man. Oops. I fell. No, I just got to nicely swim. Yeah, Nancy has a very good point. don't forget to smell the flowers. Take it slow. There's no rush. It's a big game. There's a lot to discover. I didn't know you could swim. I think the only water that we've seen has been like acid bath, hell water. In like the fungus area and green path and stuff. We haven't like seen water aside from the City of Tears. There was like a little bit, but you could walk on it. But a really, I just want to emphasize again, a really good interview. I really like listening to those guys talk about their game. I really like there was a very funny thing where they said in the interview, they were like, we're going to stay very vocal because this is a Kickstarter. We don't want this to be a situation where we take your money and then you don't hear from us for years and years and years, and then it's like, oh, the game's coming out in 2 months, here it is. And it's funny to hear that philosophy like directly mirrored up against its sequel, which I think in a lot of ways, obviously they didn't take money in a Kickstarter sense, but they did lay low big time. Maybe they got burnt out by addressing too much directly and not leaving enough surprises or whatever it might be. But I really loved it. I can't recommend it enough. It was a very thoughtful, very fun. The hosts were okay. One of the guys was really good. The other one was fine. Like one of the questions, like their last question in the interview of the hosts was like, we like to end our interviews by having the developers ask us a question. Okay? Which on its nose is fine. Do you have any tips for how to pogo jump? Not really. You just get the timings. There are a couple of areas in the game that feel a lot easier than others to learn. And so I would get somewhere where you won't get hurt if you miss a pogo, right? I think that's a big thing. Like there are multiple areas where you won't take damage if you miss a pogo, you'll just bounce. Speaking without spoilers, but if you know what I'm talking about, you'll be able to find it. Hang on. Okay. And they asked, Team Cherry asked this duo, like, hey, you know, the game's still in Kickstarter. We're finding the last of our stretch goals. We're curious from your perspective. When you look at the game, what do you see that excites you, right? Because they're still looking how to market this thing. They're just... And one of the two guys was like, my answer might not help you very much, but when I saw the game, all I could think of was, yes. And it's like, okay. Thanks. That genuinely doesn't help us at all. But the other person was much more thoughtful. It was just it just kind of annoyed me. Percolating on the focus system. Again, I want to be clear. I don't have problems with the focus system as it is implemented in this game. I want to be clear about that. It's just interesting to hear them talk about their original intention versus how I feel it ended up, right? And I think that there's not a disconnect, but an evolution of their development world-building philosophy. That's all I'm saying. Percolating on the focus system, I like that it's multi-use for offense and defense, and it largely gets rid of the need for bullshit like consumables. In my playthrough, I definitely felt the tension during harder platforming segments, sure, and that was the time where I've died the most in this game, was a platforming segment, where it kind of acted like Mario Lives, but I think since the game is mostly exploration and boss fights, and because the world is so big, I think the generous focus works pretty okay. I do agree. I want to, be clear. I don't have a problem with it. Focus is when you take damage and you hold B and charge up and heal up. This system, where you can If you take a couple hits, it's not the end of the world because you can just focus and heal, right? Get your Zelda hearts back. Oh, aren't these waterways thrilling? A labyrinth of pipes and tunnels. I couldn't have asked for a better place to employ my talents. It's all so orderly, so considered. Nothing like the crude irregularity of those caverns. Ah, but so sad. My trunk is telling me those fungal wastes are close, and I sense my damp adventure may have reached its end. Guess I'll be calling this map done. I'd wager this pipes and chambers were once used to carry the city's waste. Would have been a horrid stench down here. Thankfully, that constant rain has flushed them clean. Cool. Yeah, more than anything, it's the feeling of, I think what you said, because the world is so big, right? They said in the same interview they were intending for the game to be done in 10 hours, and now it's like we're 10 hours in and we're not even close. I think they kind of reconsidered what the focus was. And I think it's a good reconsideration, because I think if the game was just brutally difficult, right? I don't think it would have had the legs that it has, you know, and like the cultural impact that it has. Because I think, yeah, Tuffy mode wouldn't keep people invested. Yeah. I like juice. But this is what I mean. You know, when you take 3 hits of damage there, you just get to a place where you can kind of kick back and relax and heal up and keep moving on your adventure. I think it, even like thematically, it lends itself really well to the feeling of keep it pushing, keep navigating through the world, you know. Let a tough situation, let a tough room roll off your back, you know? Patch yourself up and get into the next place. Okay, I can't look at my map in the water. Okay. I put the interview in the Discord, Dice, if you want to listen to it. Brandon Sheffield was directly referenced in the interview. I was surprised. It was the only person that they referenced by name was Brandon Sheffield. Yeah, I know. They said that he had advice for the team, which was show the people you dying. Show in all of your gameplay trailers, show death. Don't advertise the game from an expert's, perspective. Advertise the game from somebody that is figuring it out. And so when they put out those like Kickstarter gameplay demos, that's what they led with. So like Ari dies like 6 times in one of the boss gameplay demos. What kind of mosquito is this? Dude, it's a nightmare creature. If you haven't been here, man, oh my god, be careful. Because this place is hell. I actually think it's really cool, though. It's a very, like... Have you played any Kirby games? You know the, like, smiling brown guys that fly by their ears, but then if you try and suck them up, they turn into, like, one-eyed, evil nightmare monsters? That's what those things remind me of. I'm gonna go down there, because that's something new. Okay. All right. Oh, this does not look pretty. A lot of corpses laying here. Oh, right. That guy comes to life. Yo, thanks for the follow. Always remember me deep in this nightmare cavern as the moment you followed, deep in the waterways. Anybody getting a little bit of placebo effect where the water and the like damp stone is making you feel a little cooler? Just me? In the bug part piles, are you feeling a little cooler? Anybody? I wish I'm outside right now. Well, you could fix that. Doesn't sound like there's anybody to blame but you. Okay, here we go. Freaky zone here. Had to be patient. Had to wait for the back legs to wake up before I kept it moving. What are we finding here? There's got to be something. There's got to be some benefit for this trek. There we go. Let me heal up. I could do that. Yeah, why not? Hey. Do you like the feel? It's pretty virtuosic. It's really good. It's really good. And that's something that if you go back and listen to that interview, they dialed in like minute 1. They were like, Mega Man X, Mega Man 0. That's what we want this to feel like. We want it to feel like you are learning a mechanical language, and the like lack of horizontal velocity was completely by design, you know? I think it's really good. I think the movement's great. I think all the movement options are great. I'm nervous about this guy. Let me focus up. Fluke Marm, good morning. Oh, I can get hit from the bottom when I do that. This is gonna be an annoying fight for sure. I hate ads in this game. I think it's my biggest problem, are boss fights that have ads like this. When I can focus on one guy, I'm chillin'. When there's one guy plus something that I can't account for its movement at the same time, that's where it starts to rear its ugly head. Like that one, there was one guy in the, that have ads. Oh, I'm talking about like in the MMO sense of the word, where there's like the main boss and then there's the ads, which are just like little additional creatures. Oh my god, I'm dead. For sure dead. Post your Dota 2 hours? Hang on. They don't say ads in Dota 2 though. You're thinking it creeps. Let me just go to my hidden tab here. 3,178.3. Did you not know this about me? Were you not aware? Is this new lore for you? Not the hidden tab with Dota? Yeah. It's the box I can't open. Come on. Listen to this nasty fucker, man. Nasty ass world. Reverb night. What the hell, man? We've had enough. We've come together to decide that we've had enough. Collectively. Those hours are probably pretty pure. Not 100%. Okay. Thank God. What's up, Polycubic? All right, we ready to give this another go? Because we've got our ghost self, too, that we have to account for. Come on. Okay. I would say that those hours are pretty close, yeah. Holy fuck. Shit, man. Enough. Enough. That one didn't hit him. God damn it. I've listened to Metamorphosis a few times now and it hits every time. Completely forgot about the song on there that sounds like it was ghost written by Smash Mouth. Which one? I know pretty much every song on that album. You don't need to hesitate to say it by name. Oh, get this party going. Why don't you party up? I'm messing around. Yep, I know that song. What is that laser thing called? I have no... Sunwolf, I gotta be honest with you. I don't know what the armadillo is. I don't know this thing. Hang on. Hang on. This deal? That? This deal? The ghostly laser? I need a yes or no. I like my favorite song on that album. There's a lot. There are a lot of really good songs. It's The Spell. This? Hang on. If you just press B, are we talking about the same thing? The ghost thingy. It's called Vengeful Spirit. Also, funnily enough, the name of a Dota 2 hero. I don't know if you were doing that on purpose or not, but yeah, it is also the name of a hero in Dota 2. It sure is. All right, all right, all right. Gee whiz. Okay. I think given the, when the mosquitoes get on your nerves, use Vengeful Spirit. Yeah, I think Sunwolf, given the nature of this game and the fact that it's not linear, it's hard for me to tell if what you're describing is something that I have already done or something I have yet to do. And just given the nature of a first playthrough and like the very like how everything is just bugs, you know, just top to bottom, it's just bugs the game. I get a little apprehensive about answering questions about what's going on in your playthrough versus mine. So I would request trying to minimize that, just for the sake of me learning and discovering this game. You know what I mean? Right, but given the nature of this game, your second boss could be my fifth boss, you know? There's no linearity. It's all just pure discovery. Fuck you. It's like Outer Wilds, in the sense that, like, the first thing that you do could be the last thing that I do. It's not that. It's not quite that. Dude, this fight is hell, man. It's hell. It's hell. All right. Whew. Listen to this. Listen to this, man. Please. So we just gonna not talk about Death Stranding 2. That's quite right. Yep. You hit the nail right on the head, pal. We totally just aren't. I had downloaded the director's cut on my PS5 to kind of play over the last couple of months, and then didn't. Because when I got it, I only played, you know, like a lot of people, I played like 10 hours-ish. At everyone, twitch.tv/DiceGame Uchiha DS2 at 9 p.m.? You're talking 9 p.m. Western, yeah? So midnight? Or 11 o'clock here, midnight Eastern? PT. All right. Everybody go follow Dice Game. See Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Dice's Final Fantasy 16 stream, one of the funniest Twitch streams I've ever had the opportunity to hang out in. I need everybody to understand what the Dice Death Stranding 2 stream is gonna be like. Dice is gonna be able to open up the menus of the game for the first time and go, "Oh, dog, look at these fonts. Are they rocking 8K fonts?" And for about 15 minutes, we're going to try and get the best zoom in on fonts that we can. Yeah, spoiler. Sorry. You're going to get about 15 minutes of game progress going. The rest of it is just going to be like, fuck. I'm like Digital Foundry. It's true. I'll be there. I'm like John Linneman if he smoked weed. This boss would be Minky Moo's worst nightmare. This is like overstimulation, the challenge. God help us. All right, that's enough. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Fluke Nest. Loving charm born from the guts of a fluke marm transforms the vengeful spirit into a horde of volatile baby flukes. Oh, man. Good riddance to that big nasty fuck. Couldn't have said it better myself. Holy. Dice, have you ever seen The Hunger? The Tony Scott movie with Bowie in it about vampires? And it's terrible advertisements. We're going to see it tonight. It is showing here recently. Nice, nice. Yeah, we're going to see it tonight. We got a 9:45 screening. Perfect time for me to go see The Hunger and then come back to twitch.tv/DiceGameUchiha. It's goth night, baby. I can't wait. I want to play Snatcher. Dice, did you watch the video that I sent you? Did you watch the video that I sent you? Hang on. I just said Capralog. Can we all watch this for a second? The funniest video I've seen in a long time. Capralog vibes.
Like, this is one of the most beautifully shot films I've ever seen in my life.
My God, there's a lot of airplanes.
Yeah, it's an aircraft carrier. God, that looks so good.
God,
Thank you, Sam, for saving my life.
Thank you for doing.
The color correction is amazing. Like,
Our
that's
races united by a history long forgotten and a future.
what a
we shall
beautiful
face
shot.
Together. I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message so that our pasts will always be remembered.
Look at that.
For in those memories, we
Look how big the aircraft carrier is. Yeah, Michael Bay, look.
Hang on, one more time. I gotta watch it one more time.
Like, this is one of the most beautifully shot films I've ever seen in my life.
my God, there's a lot of airplanes.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's an
of,
aircraft
Dice.
carrier. God, that looks so good.
God,
thank you, Sam, for saving
This is what me playing any game on stream is like.
Thank you for doing.
The color correction is amazing.
Oh man.
united by a history
Sitting there with XAEA 12.
and a future. we
What a
shall
beautiful
face
shot.
Together. I am
It's just him standing next to Optimus Prime in front of clouds.
Optimus Prime. Send this message so
Oh man.
always be remembered.
Look at that.
In those memories,
Like the shot is him just standing. Let's make it it honestly, there's a good chance it could be straight up green screen.
I am Optimus Prime, and I send this
Look at the airplanes.
so that our pasts will always be remembered.
Look at that.
For in those memories, we
Look how big the aircraft carrier is.
Oh, that's one of my favorite videos ever made. That's what this stream is all about. Maybe she's just in love with Optimus Prime. Hey, listen. She probably is. That was my favorite part of Hollow Knight. What an incredible shot. Oh, man. That video is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. That video and the video of her... I have to text you this one because it's on my phone. I have like 2 pictures saved. And so for those that don't know, right now on my phone, I have 33,421 things in my camera roll, photos and videos. In total, 33,421. And I only have a couple of things saved to favorites. One of them is Grimes on TikTok with the best opening line of any TikTok ever made, with her face like this, with a Griffith Berserk background. And I don't even watch the whole video. It straight up does not matter. It's just this line.
I have a proposition for the communists.
Hang on.
I have a proposition for the communists. So typically, most of the communists I know are not big fans of AI.
That's enough, Grimes. That's enough out of you. What's up, Bleach? I think that video ends with her saying, because factory farming is so not the vibe. Oh, man. I can't get enough of her. Elon Musk in, like, 2016 voice. I have a proposition for the Silk Thong Anticipator. Oh, man. Hello? Who the fuck was that? I used to be in love with Grimes. Personal growth is so important. Hey, man. It makes sense. We all listened to Oblivion. Art Angels absolutely holds up. Without question. Honestly, you could go so far as to say songs like California maybe hold up even more given the trajectory of her past decade. This is another boss. What a beautiful thing. Hello. Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. The problem is, I'm gonna get hit. Yeah, fuck. And these don't look like they're actually breaking. It's just purely based on time. So this is how this game is gonna do this from now on, huh? It's just gonna be bosses are just putting more shit on the screen. Great song. His bush. Stop. Stop. Don't look there. Don't look at that. You're not allowed. The Defender's Crest. Unique charm bestowed by the King of Hallownest to his most loyal knight. Scratched and dirty, but still cared for. Causes the bearer to emit a heroic odor. He did not die. He just went back into his poo for a second. Yeah, we'll find out where this takes me, I guess. I'm not doing all that. Okay. Which way am I going? I'll go this way? Nope, it's a dead end. That was a fun fight. I'm nervous that the fights are just gonna be putting more things on the screen. And I'll get used to it. But I'd rather something very fast than something with just more things. They should have kept this game in stencil. Reduce the number of things on the screen. Now I'm gonna be thinking about Grimes all evening. Imagine this boss, but the battle theme is T-shirt by Migos. My brain immediately went to stir fry, and it shouldn't have. Yeah, let me turn the ads to off in the settings menu. What a song Stir Fry was. Remember the Stir Fry music video and it was just them using like Apple Memoji? I like those guys that kind of bounce back and forth. And now we're in Crystal Town? A little tease to use your crystals? Okay, I understand. Oh my god, I'm all the way back here? What the? Why would they do that to me? Pretty brutal. When you get bored of me, I'll be back on the shelf. Okay. Did I turn all of the water into acid? Is that what just happened? By hitting that switch? Had to reset my... Oh. Bleach, have you ever seen Tony Scott's The Hunger? I have no idea what I'm getting into. I'm looking forward to it. But I don't know anything about it. Which is where you want to be, I suppose. That guy just appeared out of nowhere. You have? I'm seeing it tonight. Going to the movie theaters. Unbelievable. Looking forward to it. Where the hell did you come from? The parry feels so good in this. One of those movies that makes you feel like anything is possible in filmmaking? Whoa! That's high praise. I feel like you wouldn't bullshit me either. Like, if it was just something that was fine, you'd just say, like, type shit. And that, that would be the beginning and end of it. To get that many sentences is an exciting prospect. Okay, actually, you know what? I got my person. And type shit made me think of it. Bleach, did you watch Love Island last night? I said I was holding off until somebody came in that I could talk. Bro. What do you even do? What is anyone to do about it? Did you see our favorite guy, the Widlin? He's like, I think I might just be done. He's like, if you don't see any more videos out of me, that's why. I'm just done. Literally the dumbest shit possible. Imaginable. I can't disagree with him. It's Hate Island now. It's genuinely Hate Island. I don't know what the goal is. Why are the Islanders voting people off? Why isn't it just the people that aren't in couples? Right? Like, that's the whole point of the damn thing. And not a single couple going into Casa is worth a shit, man. They just want their steak sponsorships. I know. Dude, they just want to be on the cover of AG1 Athletic Greens.
Pantera.
Ah, what a surprise. It's not often I receive visitors. It's been so long. Ages even. I just hope my manners haven't left me. You've no doubt sensed my affluence. You are right to guess. I'm renowned among the upper caste of Hallownest. Well, I was. Until those cretins cast me out. Have you met them, my former fellows? That's them inside, their bodies shambling around all mindless and empty. And I'm still alive to witness their pathetic demise. Ah, I am just so happy. Fate can be a wonderful thing.
Oh,
Isn't life just wonderful?
Sharafanu.
Oh, well, you got to get the full line of that. If you're going to succeed in Love Island, you need to uphold the kayfabe. Right. Right. It has to be, like, kind of a joke. Or if you're going to let them vote, you have to vote from the perspective of, like, what are the goals of the show? And it's like, he's neutralized. Dude, it is so infuriating, man. Okay, I want to see if I can open that door. This game's so pretty. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love the way that the songs are live mixing as you navigate through the areas of the area. So, like, you're here and here and it's like a solemn, sort of tranquil, just the piano arpeggios. You step outside, choirs start to fill in. And it just, the way that they're just moving the dials as you move through the same area and you get this seamless transition. It's so cool. And now it all settles down. You're inside. And then you'll maybe go to another place and it'll be like just the low end of the piano. And you go to another place and it's just, it rocks, man. Yo, what's up, Alpha?
Fashionably late, and by fashionable I mean my boss is on shift.
Hey, no worries at all. No worries at all. So we got the Hollow Knight and we've got his 3 masked men. Or her. And so if I have to just make ideas, that area up there, that Temple of the Black Egg that had the 3 mask slots, we have to find the 3 masks, put them in, like destroying Ridley and Kraid, and then we'll open up the temple. Also, I'm playing the Dragon Ball game on GBA. Yo, Alpha, that's so sick. How are you finding it? I've heard it's awesome. Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. I've heard it's phenomenal. I can't wait. I can't wait to play it. Hop in there and chat in the game discussion. Try and get people going and playing. I saw KCG played Onimusha, which is exciting. That's so sick. And thank you for the resub, dude. Thank you. 15 months is wild. I appreciate you, man. Okay. Oh, so this is the other side of the Dung Defender. I see. Because the room that he came from is like right down here, right? Yeah. And that's what I just flipped. I just flipped this switch. Should I not have done that? I guess I can't turn back. So, I guess yes, I should have done that. Because there's no real other option for me. Whoa. I gotta switch my charms around. Way more engaging than you thought. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's developed by Dimps. The studio Dimps was founded by the creator of Street Fighter after he left Capcom. So the studio has clout. Like, it's not like a nobody dev that just got handed a licensed game. How do I get up there now? I think I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck unless... Okay, good. They're going to put me there. I played a couple levels before I had to bed. It's easy to pick up and put down. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, we'll get there, man. I can't wait to play it. This is a whole new zone. No, but Love Island just is driving me crazy. Look at that elevator just smashed. Anything else up here? No. All right. Let's keep it moving. See what else we can discover. Whoa, look at that. Oh, I didn't jump up fast enough. Oh, but they're going to give it to me. That's nice. A Wanderer's Journal. I do think I would watch a show called Hate Island. Hey, you can, in all but name. Literally right now. Tune in. You can. So basically, for context, for those that have not been watching, for those that have no idea what's been going on, Love Island, I described the structure the other day. I'll give you another quick, brief breakdown. People are cast in this reality show where guys and girls show up on this island and have to pair up. And the way that it's structured is that not always, but oftentimes there are going to be an odd number of islanders. So what they'll do is they'll have 6 guys and 6 girls in at first. And to answer a question that somebody had in another stream, there have been, 2 girl couples in the past. I don't think there have been 2 guy couples, but there have been 2 girl couples in the past. So it's not like it is off the table in the rules. It just doesn't happen often. And basically you couple up and then you play games or whatever. Very typical reality TV Survivor style challenges. And a lot of these challenges involve around mingling with the other people on this island that you're in close proximity with and straining and testing and exploring love. Okay? And what they'll do is they'll bring in what they call bombshells. All right? And bombshells are other people that are waiting to be dropped into this a villa to kind of mess things up, to see which relationships are rocky, who's fighting, who doesn't really have as strong of a connection as they thought, and weasel their way in, and just naturally drama and shakeups occur, right? Pretty straightforward. Did you see that one guy, Bombshell Zach? Yeah, he's been on Big Brother UK. Like, he's like a known guy. That's one thing that's really tripping me out, is like how many people are like known people. Like, even Ace is like a 1 million follower TikTok guy that does live TikTok dances with like Pakistani guys, teaching them how to dance to Kendrick and Drake and stuff, right? They need more Amayas, less Aces. So anyway, when they showed up and started to couple up, there was one couple that formed very early that looked very, very, very strong. They were really into each other. They were always together. They talked constantly. They were showering each other in affection left and right, up and down. They won the first challenge together. And when they won the first challenge, that's like when alarm bells started to go off. For starters, just before the challenge, it was revealed that the girl in this relationship has a daughter, is a mom, was a teen mother, had her daughter at 19, now she's 24, her daughter is 5. No big deal, it's like we're all adults here. The only thing that's like is like, why would you leave in the summer, presumably before kindergarten or just after kindergarten, and leave your daughter, she has a dad that is with. But anyway, is hiding this fact from people, probably, doesn't want to be judged or whatever, is kind of keeping it close to her chest. Right. Moms have lives. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't mean to imply that they don't. It's just, it's 6 weeks on an island with no contact. You're not allowed to have a phone. Like, you can't call home. Like, you're not allowed, like, they don't know what's going on with, like, the U.S. bombing Iran. Like, they don't know that exists because they're on this villa island intentionally being kept in this hyperbolic time chamber. They don't know what the fuck's going on out in the world. Old caverns, these ones. Can't you just feel the weight of the kingdom above? It's a heavy thing, all right. I reckon not many reach these depths. We're pioneers, you and I, at least in recent history. So, she expresses that she's a mom to this guy. His name is Jeremiah. Her name is Huda, okay? And, his response could have been better. He acted like he got stun locked. He was like, "Oh, just give me a second to process this. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. No, I'm fine. We're gonna win this thing, right?" And it is whatever. It's a big thing to hear, I guess, especially on like Love Island when you have these internal expectations and judgments of what it's going to be like. So this couple couples up, they win the first challenge. And it starts to unravel. She says what do you see life like for us out of here? Mind you, they're 4 days in, and he's like, oh man, I haven't really thought that far, but if we make it to the end and we're still together, I think if we were long distance and it worked for a while, I could totally see myself moving out to your city and being closer and kind of, getting in the mix. And then eventually, I don't see anything wrong with moving in together, right? She goes back after this date and goes, he told me he wants to move in together. And everybody else is like, oh, that's great. And she's saying it and like, we're gonna move in together. Like, oh my God, I'm so in love with him. And it just starts to really go off the rails very fast. She starts fighting with him about, I need you to step up and be a man. Right. Producers love cutting content. Don't get me wrong. It's what comes after that, right? So they formed this narrative, which is what they do. They're on this island for 24/7. It gets cut down into 1 hour of a show. They put music on it. They manipulate emotions, etc., etc. The true servant gives all for the kingdom. Let Hellenist's pale king relieve you of your burden. Yeah, sure. And it gets to a point she's saying shit like, and Bleach, you could probably help me with some of the details just because I'm streaming and talking at the same time. One of the big ones was, you have to be a man. A man eats his, like, she had a breakfast plate and she's like, are you going to eat all that? You're going to have to eat all that. You don't want to look weak. A man has to eat. And like, they cook breakfast for finish your food, you're a man. Like, they cook breakfast for each other every morning, and he cooks her pancakes, and the pancakes are a little undercooked and they're a little soggy in the middle. And so he didn't recognize it. No big deal. She goes downstairs and he's doing his own thing. He's eating his own food. She has one of the other guys cook her breakfast. Then she goes up to him and goes like, why the fuck would you let another man cook your girl breakfast? How pathetic. Like, real, like, emotionally manipulative stuff. They have this fight that is, like, known across the whole island as, like, Pancake Gate. Because it's just this bizarre, dramatic, like, yeah, it's very, like, you're a man. And a new bombshell comes in. And because it's a challenge, the new girls get to pick a guy to, like, do the challenge with. And one of the girls, they had to pick 4 guys, and they picked this guy, Jeremiah, as the last person on the challenge. Immediately, his current couple, this girl, Huda, is like, man, fuck that bitch. She moves weird as fuck. She's a fucking bitch, I'm telling you. She's slimy. She's slimy as fuck, I promise. She's trying to destroy us. And, like, this was Amaya, frankly. This was even before Iris. This was Amaya. And Amaya, in retrospect, is like just this, like, I don't even know how to explain her. She's got a very like a Chipotle employee kindness to her. Like, I can just see her big ass smile on her face saying, white or brown rice? You want, black or pinto beans? Like, very kind, right? Like, she's in her lane. She's doing her own thing. She's Amaya Papaya. She gives everybody nicknames. Jeremiah on fire, Ace Boogie with a hoodie, Austin Boston, etc., etc. She's the kind of person that, like, if you asked for white rice, there's like a 45% chance that she'd scoop brown rice and put it on your burrito, but you wouldn't fight it because she's too nice and you wouldn't want to deal with it. Would frankly die for her. Exactly. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Our pure vessel has ascended. Beyond lies only the refuse and regret of its creation. We shall enter that place no longer. I'll enter that place. I can't. Okay. So immediately just starts name calling and like, but like real vitriolic, like, fuck that bitch to this other girl who's like just playing the game that everybody else is playing, just doing what she's told. And everybody, all these other girls on this island are like, I understand, but you have to, you know, like, get to know her, etc., etc. He's like, no. She moves fucking weird. I promise you. She's a snake. Gets to meet this girl. Sweetheart. No problems. Gets over it immediately. Rinse and repeat. The next bombshell shows up. This girl, Iris. It's this stupid fucking challenge where it was a leather and lace party and Love Island leather and lace. And they're all on like these X's where they're handcuffed. I don't know if I can find it. Love Island, Iris, Huda. I can find the picture for sure. Let me see. Hang on. Maybe I can't. Maybe it's just not here. Anyway, basically, like, Iris, this new bombshell, kisses every single guy on this island because that's the fucking show, right? That's what you do. It's a show about kissing boys and boys kissing girls and girls kissing girls, and frankly, not a lot of boys kissing boys, but it does happen. And right when that happens, Huda bends. Oh, everybody else is like taking it like, oh no, you know, this girl's kissing my man. Huda immediately makes it like a bitch if you don't stop. Like, and I'm telling you, like, she throws the word bitch around so much. Like to a nasty degree, man. It makes me uncomfortable. And it's the same thing. Lather, rinse, repeat. Sort of like, she moves different. She's weird. She's slimy. I know it. She's not a girl's girl. You know, runs that by a lot of people. Really hammers it into people. This girl is different. She's not like us, right? She's not a girl's girl. We are a sisterhood, and she's trying to destroy it. So they have this private conversation, Huda and Jeremiah. And Huda goes to Jeremiah and says, so how do you feel about the new bombshell, right? And he said, oh, I had a private conversation with her. She's very nice, you know. I told her, yeah, you know, we had a tough morning this morning with the pancakes, but everything's good now. And I told her that, you know, I'm happy where I am. I'm content in my relationship. And that's pretty much that. Okay? And you would think a person would go like, oh, that's very kind that, you know, he reaffirmed that we're solid. She goes, what the fuck did you just say? And you can see it on his face. He's like, what? And she says, don't ever fucking tell anybody that we're having problems. Ever. I don't want anybody on this island to know if we're fighting. I don't want anybody to know any of our fucking problems. That's between us. And I can play the clip. It is that like holy fuck. Like, oh, whoa. Oh my God. And it's scary. It's like isolating stuff. I thought it was gonna be like, don't ever fucking tell anyone we had pancakes. I might be underselling it. Yeah, I'm serious. And so, very uncomfortable, very like emotionally manipulative at a minimum, and abusive if you want to jump to that level. It's scary. And so what's happening with the rest of these guys on this island, like that guy Ace that we just talked about needs to be neutralized. This is the mom, yeah. They're watching these arguments happen from a distance, and they're going, Jeremiah's weak as fuck. Why isn't he sticking up for himself? Bah, 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 bah. He's scamming. He's just taking all of this so that he can get to the end and win the game. He's not playing the game. He coupled up with her minute one, and he's just riding it out so that he can get $100,000 at the end. He's scamming, which is not what's happening. And so, it remains to be said, like, how much did he start or whatever? There's a lot to talk about with the whole situation. But it's the show. America, or the world, I suppose, but they say America because it's Love Island USA. On the Love Island USA app, every so often they do votes. Where America, it's time to vote. And one of the votes was the new bombshells came into the island. I missed how that wouldn't be as valid a strategy as any other. No, it could be a valid strategy, but it's not what's happening in this case. America had the opportunity to vote who is going to couple up with these new bombshells. A very, transparent effort to stoke drama here. Because they know that Huda is insecure and the world can add to her insecurity, right? It's fucked up, but it is what it is, You sign up, you get the media treatment, all that kind of shit. And as you would expect, everybody on the island, or everybody watching the show, goes, we're going to get Jeremiah out of this situation and force him to couple up with this new girl, Iris. Okay? Which is exciting. It was like, we're going to watch a crash out of Huda on levels previously never expected before. This is going to be the craziest shit you'll ever see on your life in TV. So it happens. She has a breakdown as you would expect, but starts calling him out by name, cussing him out. You're a fucking pussy, Jeremiah. For crazy shit. Because it ends, she starts to make it seem like it was his fault that all of this happened. He had the opportunity to say, no, I don't think I'll do that. When it's just a game show, and that's what it is. And has this full-blown, unbelievable, you can watch clips of it, meltdown, screaming, no, because you're a fucking bitch, reality TV show stuff. Meanwhile, this other poor girl, Iris, is just in the middle of it all, right? What the hell is she supposed to do? She has nothing to do with this. She's thrown into the middle of this chaos and is handling it with this maturity and grace of I know this is weird for you. I don't want to rush into anything. I'm not gonna kiss you or anything because I can see what you can see, that it's crazy in here. And they take it very slow. They're not in a relationship. And I'm going into this. Another simple key. Okay. They get back because all of the new couples were able to go out on a date, okay? Just like the date that that Huda and Jeremiah went on, now Iris and Jeremiah get to go on a date. And she is not having it. And she says some shit yeah, sitting on a beach and talking. My dream date. And he knows that, too. As if he chose it, bro! He didn't choose a damn thing! He's got forced into this, not by choice, by a vote from a phone app, and then doesn't get to pick why he has to wake up at 5:30 in the morning at the crack of dawn and get on a boat to a completely isolated location with this girl that he doesn't fucking know. But all of a sudden, all of it's his fault. She has this big blow up at him. She cusses him out. Hateful, hateful, hateful. Very just nasty, makes me feel bad in my core. I don't like to hear the words that she speaks. I don't like to see the way that it gets manipulated and twisted. Meanwhile, all the boys on the island, right, all the girls on the island are comforting this girl, Huda. And basically, they don't want to get on her bad side because you don't want to. They literally are behind her back calling her Hurricane Huda. And that's where it's getting to. Everybody's like, oh boy, Hurricane Huda. They're all on a date. Let's see what happens today. And, like, genuinely. So nobody wants to be rude to her face. They're all saying shit like, that's a little boy, Huda. You need a real man. You need a man. And you're not going to find a man in him. So you got to stop trying to pursue this because you need to find somebody that's going to, you know, accept you for you. And she's like, yeah, I do have to do that. Yeah. That's a boss right there. Just kind of reinforcing these patterns. They get home from this date and just have this horrible blow-up nightmare fight. And then at the end of the date, at the end of the night, all of the couples get to now choose their partner. And Jeremiah, after this whole fight, chooses Iris. It's not America's vote, it's his. He's breaking this toxic cycle. He realizes, you know, that is a bad thing, and there is nowhere positive it's going to go. That is scorched earth. I'm done. She is now single, but she isn't voted off because there were 2 single people at the end of this vote, and everyone that's on the island gets to choose who they want to save. Either this big buff black guy with a $1 million smile, Jalen, sweetheart, Georgia, Southern, just, you know, hangs out with his grandma. He got a passport, first time out of the country to come here, first time he's ever been on a beach, like, unbelievably sweet guy. Or Huda, who has made this whole experience terrible. All of the islanders vote for Huda to stay. I don't know if they just have this sisterhood in mind. I don't know if they're playing the strategy game where they don't want this guy Jalen to come in and like sweep it, whatever. Who gives a fuck? She stays, Jalen goes. You know, silver lining to this story, no. Jalen didn't have a TikTok before going on this show, and now his TikTok in like 8 days has like 2.5 million followers. My hypothesis was that Huda was getting a sympathetic edit and that they were worried that the audience would turn on them for kicking her off. Right. They assumed that everyone would think that it was too cruel, which makes sense because the rest of the people weren't seeing the private conversations, which is where the bulk of the, you know, manipulative and hateful shit was happening, right? They saw the blow-ups, they saw the crash-outs. But anyway, Huda is now like a vengeful spirit just floating around this island. She doesn't have a couple anymore. The person that she was latched onto is now happy with somebody else, just floating around. Okay? And at this point, now the social media root for the villain thing is happening. Where, like, people, you know, want to just let the drama happen, let the mess happen. So another vote happens 2 days ago, and the vote is vote for your favorite islander. 1 boy, 1 girl, okay? That's it. 1 boy, 1 girl. And then last night on the show, of the 6 boys and the 7 girls, the top 3 boys were safe, the top 4 girls were safe, and then the safe people voted off one of the vulnerable people. Long story short, Huda is still on this island safe, and the boys voted off Jeremiah. The end of this poor guy's fucking story is that he breaks out of this toxic cycle. He recognizes that, like, this is horrible. I am being abused. And all of the other boys on this island are like, fuck that guy, man. Look at how he's rolling over. He's fucking scamming. He's scamming. And he's getting happy with this other girl because suddenly he's free to do that. And the show is about exploring connections. And this one guy, this motherfucker Ace, dude. Ace, man. With a big-ass tattoo of his 3-letter name on his back. Gonna kick this guy's ass. This guy. Okay? They turned on him because they hate to see a beautiful black man winning without being a red pill weirdo. All right, here's Jeremiah. Just a nice guy. Just a sweetheart. We find out that his damn favorite movie's Ponyo, dude. His uncle owns a comic book shop. Okay? He reviews books on TikTok in his spare time. Stupid fucking tattoos, man. Just stupid ass tattoos. How dare you? So he breaks out of this toxic fucking cycle, and he's finally exploring with a new girl. Her name is Andreina. She's a gorgeous, okay? She's like insanely pretty. Everybody is like, holy fuck, this girl is unbelievable, right? And immediately she starts latching on to Jeremiah, and obviously they won't stand for that because this is the weak guy. Why is the hot new girl going for the weak guy, right? I mean, she's beautiful. And so he has a chance. He's vulnerable. They vote him out immediately. And I'm pissed. Everybody's pissed. I legit think Ace was constantly jealous from the beginning. Ace plays hella mind games and does weird shit, and Jeremiah got everyone's attention without being a freak. Who did you vote as your faves? Iris for the girls. I voted Nick for the boys, and it was very funny because I voted Nick, and then the same day that the vote results happened, Nick started moving really weird, and it was like, oh my god, why did I do this? It's such a fun show because it's happening every single night. But I mean, listen, it's on me. I didn't vote Jeremiah for the boys. I thought we were gonna be fine, you know? I thought Jeremiah was gonna be fine. You've been anti-Nick from the beginning? I think Nick's biggest flaw is that he's an Ace follower, which just sucks, man. I think Nick's funny. Can you imagine working in a hospital with Nick? He's a nurse, by the way. Nick's a registered nurse. And I think that he'd be fucking funny as a coworker, man. I think he's a funny guy. Doing that weird ass... He's probably stirring up shit in the break room. See, I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I gotta fight this now. I gotta focus on this. So this is the failed vessel that they said they were never gonna talk about again. And I'm the non-failed vessel. Is that what I'm to understand? Okay, so he jumps. Okay, so he does a swing. Hang on. Got it. Okay. Okay. And they're putting ads out here. Because of course they are. Can't just play the game anymore. It's got to be play the game plus dodge them. Okay. Got a minute to rest. Give me a second to heal here. Okay, I can do a little bit of healing. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Not too bad at all. See, I like a fight like that. I like learning a couple moves. Am I a ranch on pizza guy? No. I like pineapple on pizza quite a bit. Whoa, look at this. Monarch wings. Double jump, baby. Frankly, too huge. Do they have any video games on that island? They're not even allowed to bring books. I talked about this last stream. They have phones. All of them have like Motorola Razr cell phones, right? Is he going to wake up again? Really? That was it? Okay. They all have Motorola Razr cell phones, but they're running like a custom Android OS that can't show the time of day. It's the lengths that they go to keep like the... What the fuck do they do all day? The only thing to do is fight and fuck. Yeah, now you're understanding. now you're catching on. Yep. Yep, pretty much exactly that. Welcome to Love Island. A lot of times they don't even fuck. Yeah, it gets weird when they do. Like there's a pool in this villa, but because they have to wear microphones at all times around their neck, they can't swim in the pool. They could like wade in the pool up to their waist, but they can't swim in the pool because they would have to take their microphones off. So it's just this like pool for decoration. God, this game just opened up too much. This is a feeling that everybody gets when they play this game where it's like, God damn it. Woohoo! Now I gotta go through the entire map again. Totally get rid of the challenges and maximize the fish tank aspect of it all. Yeah. Isn't that like that, what's that show you like a lot, Franco? Terrace House? Now I have to remember all the places where I saw a thing I couldn't do. But Terrace House, they're allowed to like leave and go to work and come back, right? I think the one thing that Love Island would need to maximize that fish tank feeling would be 24/7. Right? Because as of right now, it's not 24/7. You would have to be able to click pool feed and make the pool feed show up. And they don't have that. A whole lot of nothing happened to that, and they would reenact stuff when it did happen, and then too much happened and it got canceled? What do you mean too much happened? Someone died? Bro, did you not know? No! What happened? No! Fill me in. Suicide. Really? Whoa. Like, in the scope of the show? In Terrace House? Holy! No, I had no idea. Oh, wow. Is this the White King himself? Mid-season. Oh, my God. Yeah, I would cancel. That makes sense. A corpse in white armor. Wow. No, I had no idea. I thought that was a show that was just like a show where people hung out and just like, yeah, today I went out for coffee. And everybody's like, oh, man, coffee. I love coffee. What kind of coffee did you get? Oh, I got a cappuccino. I love a cappuccino. And then they just kind of say like, okay, good night. And then they wake up tomorrow and they do it again. That's my internal understanding of Terrace House. They go like, I saw the cutest old man walking in the park today. Oh, tell me about him. He had suspenders and a big cane. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, good night. See you next time. What's up, John? Wow. No, I had no idea. That's crazy. That's sad. That's very, very, very traumatic. You know, I'm sure for all the people there, too. Wow. No, I had no idea. I apologize. I apologize for bringing it up in that way. I thought it was just like the show where nothing really happened. You can have this, too. $22. Wow. Wow. All right, now everybody's laying it on thick. Now I'm... Let's move on. Let's move on. Sad situation. All I'm saying is we need a show where nothing happens except for discovering. I look sort of warm today. I am sort of warm today. And now you're gonna get me talking about Travis Scott. That's gonna be a whole thing. Oh, so Curse of Oak Island? No, totally unfamiliar. I had to explain to my therapist, my new therapist today. I was like, I don't know what it is. I never watched reality TV. I've never watched a season of Survivor. I've never watched Amazing Race. I've never watched, like anything. Big Brother, none of that. It was just Minky Moo after streams at the end of the night would be watching Love Island last season. And I popped in and went like, I would like crack jokes. And I was done streaming, and so I didn't really want to talk because when I'm done streaming, I like just need to brain drain. And I just watched like the second half of season 6, and I was locked in from the start for this season 7. But yeah, I have no reality TV context or history like as a guy at all. You said something, Bleach, while I was fighting that boss. I think it was you, Bleach. Oh no, Polycubic said, I think the only show in that vein I might watch is the new Bachelor Bachelorette that's coming out with old folks. Yeah, that Golden Bachelor or Golden Bachelorette. Seems like a nice time to watch old people find love. The problem is, here's the problem, if you get too into it, you know what's going to happen, Polycubic? Because it's going to happen everywhere. Because it's happening on Love Island. You're going to be like, you know what, I want to talk about this with like-minded people that are like, that want to talk about it too. And then you're going to find out that like Dale in Golden Bachelor or Golden Bachelorette is like the most raging MAGA Republican you've ever seen, but they don't talk about it on the show because it doesn't help the narrative of the show. And it's like, yeah, you should see that guy's Facebook posts. He's fucking insane. And then they show him on the show, and he's like, the whole show, it just becomes like milkshake ducks all the way down. That's the only, his Rumble post, dude, we found Gary's Truth Social account. Oh my goodness, you should see some of the shit that he says. And he's like on the show, he's like holding the Bachelorette's hand as she steps down the stairs, like, let me help you, darling. That's the issue. JFR, that's Jesse Food Reviews. Right. Sorry. It takes me a while to there are so many J's in the circle of streamers and people that are watched across people that also watch this show. Too many J's. Can we knock it off? Dude. Holy moly. Oh, right. This is the girl. Right? Yeah.
Pantera? 買ってるよ
In times past, I wouldn't have spoken with your likes, but now the rest of my cast are wonderfully, distantly deceased. If I didn't welcome you, I'd never have anyone to share my happiness with.
Oh.
Isn't life just wonderful? You know who I haven't seen in a minute? Quirrell. Where's my man Quirrell? Is there anything else in the ancient waterways I have to do? I know there are a couple areas where the double jump is gonna suit me. But I should probably plan to go up this as much as I can. And I gotta end this stream eventually soon, too. I got the double jump, guys. I mean, that's progress. I gotta make sure I don't die. Emilicia is stoked she won Love Island. Was that the name of that character? Remember when that chatter came in and the first thing they said was, do you have the double jump yet? If I had the double jump, I'd be double jumping, okay? You can bet your ass. If I had the double jump, I would be double jumping. So there's nothing else down there. And I don't have whatever I need to open that area. How are you doing today, Exec? Check this out. You see that? That's a double jump. Craziest shit I've ever done in my life. Okay. Back up to the Royal Waterways. Ooh, what a throw. Good for you, man. The good news is I deposited literally all of my money into the never-ending well. Gaiden Cup on Saturday went well, even though my run didn't, but it was a great event. Is that a speedrunning event? I saw Peaches was in Speedomizer, which I think is a really fun idea, where you submit a game for a speedrunning event, and then they randomize it, and then you get given a game to learn the speedrun for, which is a different game than the one that you submitted. Do you want to do Amazing Race with me? If it was 2005, I'd say yes. I think the social media societal landscape of the world is in such a place where I don't want... I want as few people to know me as possible. So, hypothetically, yeah, sure. Here's the deal then. Okay, now we're talking. 15 matched races across all skill levels, so 18-minute PB runners were worth the same as sub 12. Oh, that's really fun. For what, Ninja Gaiden 1? I'll say something wild that'll get me canceled and the heat will all be on me. But then you get into like, one, I wouldn't want you to do that to yourself. Two, there's a huge thing about like heat by association. You know, it just, dude. Can we just like go on like a fun little road trip instead? I'd be free from being online and you don't want that from me? You could be free from being online just by like hanging out offline. I want whatever will make you happiest. I just don't know if I can be there alongside you. I've been waiting for Twitch streamers and content creators to do more road trip content. It's crazy that they haven't, right? I was talking to Minky Moo recently, like, a road trip was the #1 thing I wanted to do with my life as I was growing up. More than anything else. It was a big road trip. Oh, shit. I have to fight this guy? Dude. I'm dead. Dude. God damn it. I got more health than I'm ready for. That Alton Brown road trip show? Oh, and I didn't sit at a bench. Anakin Skywalker 3 Series motorcycle road trip show? What? Hayden Christensen did a road trip? Are you talking about Ride with Norman Reedus, Death Stranding 2, out today? On the beach? Hayden did Long Way Down and Long Way Round. Whoa. With Charlie Brown? That's crazy. Oh, God. That was Ewan McGregor. All right, so Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, same thing, whatever. Same thing. Do you think it's just like a big part of it is like the void that Bourdain left behind that people feel like pressure stepping up to the plate for? Both like the, you know, figurative dinner, the figurative baseball plate, but also the literal dinner plate. David Chang is who they thrust into that spot for, but that's the Momofuku guy. Because, like, Minky Moo and I will throw on an episode of No Reservations or something if we're just having a lazy night and there's nothing on TV. It's just, like, the perfect... I wonder what Iceland's like food-wise, you know? It is the perfect show. Okay. Now I have to go up and I have to sit at that bench again. Or for the first time, rather. Guy who doesn't care if you watch it vibes-wise, but deeply cared. Going to different countries to have the locals show him what's up. Yeah, it's astounding. Was he down there? No, up there. In the area with the big guy that I died to. Okay. It's still gonna be there if I sit at a bench, right? I'm sure it will. But where the hell is Quirrell, man? I'm getting pissed off. Where's my man Quirrell? Dude. I haven't seen him in too long. God damn it. Okay. Now it's just me and you, pal. I'm always thinking about the crying baby bugs. They're the best. I hope that Bourdain biopic with Dominic Sessa as Bourdain is good. Yeah. Me too. Biopics, I don't know. I have a very uncomfortable relationship with mythologizing people, I think. Like societally. I think that there's so much just constant, all the time divisiveness that it's like rallying behind people doesn't feel real anymore. And it scares me more than it excites me, I think. Does that make sense? Whenever Cappy isn't streaming, the Twitch viewers should be asking what games came out exactly today and is the first day it's been out. Whenever Quirrell is not on the screen, people should be asking, where is Quirrell? Yes. And the answer, the Caprolog answer is any game you want could come out today if you wanted to. I need... Come on. Dude. I feel like I have such a nice thing going where I stop the game when I see Quirrell, and I don't think I'm gonna see him. I hope he's right up here. Ah, shit. All right. Damn it. Okay. Gotcha. Uh-oh. Music stopped. Okay, here goes nothing. I don't know what we're getting into. Watcher Night. Damn. Okay. Okay, now there are two of them? I'm dead. I'm dead. I can get this. I can get this guy. I can get this guy. I actually like this fight. Come on. There we go. Keep that open for next time. feel like I need one more sword upgrade. I guess the one thing I'm not doing is I'm not doing the charge attacks, which I could be doing. Right? Like, I'm not going into this fight with this shit charged up, ready to slice and dice. What the? Dude. Oh my god, he's jumping. I'm dead. The fact that I can't tell if he's jumping or doing a forward roll. I don't have the language down yet. This is a fun fight though, I actually really like this. But now I can actually jump across here, right? Yep. I think this will be the last thing I do on this stream. Okay. That's a thing? Dude. Dude, there are so many. Oh my god. Whew. Am I good? It is a really cool fight. I liked it a lot. I didn't realize it just kept going and going and going. All right, where are we now? Yeah, I really liked that. Hellenest Seal. Is that something? It's just a light. I remember struggling with that fight when I played it. Yeah. It's just you have to like keep moving, expecting it to never end, I think. I think the hardest fight I've fought to date is the one in the sewers where the flies go. The one that I fought at the top of this stream. The one that gave me this. Fluke Nest from the Fluke Marm. That was the hardest fight I've fought so far. Ooh. Okay, let me do that in a second. I'm so close to dead, actually. Yeah, that one's nuts. What's up, Hollis? Okay. A sleeping figure lays atop a stone plinth. Whoa, look at this. And for what? Just for the vibes? I can't move it. I'm assuming from like the pre-release material that I watched, this is going to be a dream thing, and I don't have the ability to enter dreams yet. Because that was like in the Kickstarter and everything. It's like, enter the dreams of your fellow bugs. So I'll come back to that later, I suppose. What's up, Behemoth? We're wrapping things up here in just a minute. It is a mystery. That's what I like to hear. Just another mystery. Something to discover. The Watcher's Spire. Really fun fight. Frankly, one of my favorites so far, I think. What is this? Did I go here? Ow, dude. God damn. I must have, right? Yeah. Alrighty then. Whatever. Have I gone here? No, this looks new. This looks new to me. Oh, I know where we are. Cool. That's actually so nice. Yes, dude. And I'm like, oh, I want to actually take that up, right? No, I'm just going up here. Oh, I do have to take that up. Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Unless I just go here. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't don't think I rank it as high as the Mantis Lords, but it is pretty darn good. Yeah, it's a nice one. Okay. Well, I did a lot. I don't necessarily know everybody that I beat, but are the bosses at the bottom of this list? We can take a look. Fluke Marm? No, they're not. They're mixed in. I beat the Broken Vessel. I beat the Fluke Marm. I beat the Dung Defender. I beat the Watcher Knights. Yeah. I beat the Dung Defender. He didn't die. He jumped back into nothing. Broken Vessel. Yeah. I did a lot. I'm moving through the world, man. I'm going to go in here tonight. But I'll probably be back tomorrow. I think, as I was saying at the top of the stream, I think momentum is key here. I think chipping away at it a little bit, like every night, is what feels the best. Because you gotta keep the muscle memory up, and more important than that, you gotta keep the mental corkboard going, right? Like, I gotta keep on top of where do I head next? What do I find next? What did I just got the double jump, so I gotta go to ba 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 ba. Yeah, good stuff. I'm having a lot of fun. Just keep it moving, man. Just keep it moving. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out tonight. If you're watching on Twitch and you're not following yet, follow the channel. We're in the midst of Season 1 over on the Discord. I've got 15 games total that we're playing through as part of Season 1. Members of this community are already playing through some of their own. KCG just played through Onimusha Warlords. Alpha was in here talking about playing through Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. Shiny Starmie is playing through Marathon. 15 games, pick one of them on your own, and maybe give it a go. It would be a ton of fun to see what everybody gravitates towards and how they're enjoying it. It's I tried to make it as varied as possible across the 15 so that everybody gets something that represents them, and every game will get a full playthrough over here on Capralog. Hollow Knight continues, man. Really, really, really good game. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll see you on the next VOD. And if you're watching on YouTube and want to come chat, come hang out. Come hang out live. We'll probably stream tomorrow, but definitely we'll continue streaming Wednesday. That day's locked in. And yeah, just a quick stream, making progress, feeling good. So thank you, everybody, for being here for another night of Hollow Knight. Appreciate it.